Hi everyone, can you guess who I am? I have a cat with the last name of Tubbington. A talent I have is I can lift myself up with my hands. My favorite food is pasta. I have had cats named Calvin and Hobbes. My dream job, one of them is crime scene cleanup.
All right, everyone, we are joined here today by Christina Redington of Principia College. Christina, thank you for joining us today. Three-sport athlete at Principia. You play soccer, softball, and basketball. How do you manage your time?
Well, I attend classes, of course, and I have written down my assignments and what I need to do. And if it's, say, a paper for a class, I do an outline for that paper. I write the paper. I edit the paper. I use the writing tutors to help me edit the paper because I'm not the best editor. And then when I feel confident with my work, I turn that in.
That sounds like you're very detail oriented. I think one of the neat things that from talking to you earlier that you mentioned was kind of the mindset that athletics has helped bring you in, kind of that focused, more attacking, kind of giving more of yourself kind of attitude that athletics helps give you. Can you talk about that a little bit more, that mindset and how you carry over that mindset in athletics into your studying and your other parts of your life?
In athletics, when you're presented with like a challenge, an obstacle, you just got to go on it head on. Just like in academics, if you're not doing so well and you perceive to fail, you try again and you learn from your failure. And with learning through that failure and the help of your professors, you are able to succeed.
Yeah, that's right. I think another neat thing is that you said your high school coach is also your college coach. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah. So he has the opportunity or had the opportunity to coach college because we are in the spring and the high school was softball in the fall. So he was just amazing. Can't fathom how you would, do a Division III college sport and I don't know what division we are, but for our school.
Right.
So just having that like continuing teacher teach you about like how to hit a softball was super helpful. I started as a right-hander. He saw something in me that was like, let's change over to the left side. So that is what he had me do in high school. And then I perfected the art of, well, not perfected, but I worked on the art of slap hitting. So I had that in high school. And then when I graduated high school, I went to the college where he worked at, and I continued working on my slap hitting.
Very cool. Very cool. That shows kind of that work ethic that you were talking about earlier, switching over completely different batting stance and style. So that's pretty neat. You mentioned there about teaching. I know one of the things you mentioned to me was horse training. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So for work, I worked down at a camp, and they had horses. And one of the things I learned from a video was horse behavior. So just like, I don't know, sitting in the stands at a game, you can observe the actions of the players on the field court. And so I observe the horse on the television of what the horse was feeling, how the ears were, the tail, the whole entire facial expression of the horse. And with that, you then use discretion and approach the horse at the shoulder. And from there, you see if they're like jerking away, not wanting to be pet, or if they're just calm and docile, and you approach them you love on them, you give them some pats.
Yeah, so again, that's another detail-oriented thing, and that is another thing that kind of keeps popping up here, whether it's your studying, whether it's the horse training, and what your dream job, maybe one of them, crime scene investigator, very detail-oriented. What would make you want to go into crime scene possibly?
That's a great question. Through my life, I've watched a lot of crime shows, and they're just like super cool, like real superheroes. And so just to be able to, like in crime scene cleanup, if the house is a mess, to clean that up, provide that for the family, so they can have people keep living in it and have future generations live in that house.
Very neat. Now I've got to ask you, you mentioned a couple times on your fun facts, you have a cat named Tubbington. Where did that name come from? And then also you had cats named Calvin and Hobbes. So obviously you're a cat person?
Yeah, and a dog person.
And a dog, all pets.
Yeah, all pets.
So where did Tubbington come from?
My mom has this fun thing that she does with our cats is, so it's the last name. So her first name's Maisie, and then her middle name's the name she came with, which was Amethyst. And then my mom combines our last name, Redington, to a form of whatever suits them. So she's a little chunky. So Tubby made it right. And so my mom just combined the names, and it was Tubbington.
That's funny. So hopefully, Tubbington isn't getting into one of your favorite foods, pasta. What pasta do you like? Do you like red sauce, white sauce, both of them? What's your go-to pasta?
I like both of them, but at our college, we don't have the access to white sauce, so I usually take the pasta, take the cheese in the salad stand, and make macaroni and cheese.
Wow, look at you being all creative. So now I have to ask you another one of your fun facts. You said you can pull yourself up by your hands. Can you explain that?
Yeah, so basically just like sitting on the ground, and then you press your hands down and you can lift yourself up.
Wow, that's impressive. How long did it take you to master that?
I think I could do it when I was little. When I was like 4, I did gymnastics, and so
Okay.
the strength
Yeah.
just kind of stuck with me.
Sure. Christina, my final question for you. If you were to meet someone on the streets and they ask about Principia College, how would you describe Principia to them?
I would describe Principia College to them as a loving environment where we don't see people as, I don't know how to put it, see people less than their value. We see people as their value. They are valuable. People are what makes a college a college. Without the students, you wouldn't be able to have a college.